Good evening, good afternoon, good night, everyone, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the first episode of Discover St. Lucia, where we have three icons of St. Lucia tourism who are going to explore the emerging trend towards experientially immersive tourism. Today, more than ever, visitors are very interested in their destination, not just sitting on a beach, sipping pina coladas, and sort of twiddling their thumbs, but really getting out and experiencing the destination that they've come to so that it really becomes a unique place. And this is happening more than ever because of the internet. Now, everything is available online, and visitors are doing a lot of research long before they arrive. Visitors are sometimes coming back to an island, so they're repeat visitors. And all of this is leading them towards wanting to really touch the heart and the soul of the destination that they come to. So, Chef Orlando, John Matre, and myself, we've been buddies for quite some time now. And this is an idea that we've been toying with for some time, for us to get together and just speak up among ourselves and speak to the visiting public and to whoever else is on about some of the things that we are seeing. The format that I'm going to go through, that we are going to be going through today, will be that we start out with an introduction. This is Dana coming on. Fabulous. Let's just take a pause while Dana comes in. Hello, Dana. Okay, you are muted.
Stopped. How come? I don't know. Harper got older and Margot's vegan after 2 p.m. Yeah. And we barely eat together anymore.
Hey,
I don't know what happened.
Dana?
It seemed like such a simple thing. Wish I could get it back.
Hey.
So Kirk, can't you control the mute?
I just did that.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So just want to welcome Dana in. We actually just got started. The replay is going to be available, so you will be able to jump into it. I want to thank you so much for coming on this afternoon to this, which is our first in this ongoing series that we're looking to have bi-monthly, where we really speak about experiential tourism here in St. Lucia. I see that Dana dropped out. Maybe he or she will jump back in a bit. But following on from what we were just speaking to, I would like now to invite Chef Orlando just to come on, sort of give an introduction, who exactly is Chef Orlando, a little bit in terms of how long you've been in tourism, etc., and what really makes you an ideal person to speak about this experiential aspect of tourism here in St. Lucia. Share a little bit about your business as well, and then we'll jump back in with John Matre thereafter. So, Chef, all yours.
Okay, good afternoon, and thank you for this opportunity. My two buddies and two friends, John Mathurin and Kirk, Elliott. My name is Orlando Satchell, British-born chef who's on a mission to share the love of experience. I think this is a great topic to discuss. How do we contribute to experience here in St. Lucia and coming to the Caribbean? My background is that I'm from the UK. I'm a chef who have run businesses and been involved in promoting Caribbean cooking now for the last nearly 40 years. My experience is that I ran my own business in the UK. And then before that, I was in Singapore for a couple of years. I spent time in Miami. And an opportunity came when I was in London to speak with a manager of a hotel, Bay Gardens Hotel. I met her in London, and I questioned, why isn't there more Caribbean cuisine in the Caribbean? Because my journey, being of Barbadian and Jamaican parentage, always came to the Caribbean on vacation, but always wondering why I didn't see much in the way of the cuisine, creativity of the cuisine. So I proposed the question to this manager, and I said to her, well, if you give me 2 weeks free accommodation, I would come and give you my vision what I perceive Caribbean cuisine can be. And of course, as I arrived, they took me out for the first night and gave me salmon. So that meant that I was on the right track. Clearly, we have not understand what we call the experience of St. Lucia, the experience of the Caribbean. The vision of the experience is down to using local creative ideas. If you have to use things that we can't find in St. Lucia, let's use regionally. If we can't regionally, then we go internationally. But the whole vision really is to come up with a representation of what we can call Caribbean, St. Lucian cuisine experience. You know, the experience is not just about the food, because I always tell people, do not come to my restaurant for food, come for an experience. What is the experience? The service, the presentation, the simple things that the staff talk to you. You know, something as simple as I refuse to give my staff name badges. Why? Because I want the staff to talk to the customers to remember their names, and the customers remember their names by talking to them, not because they see a name badge. That's all part of the experience, you know. The whole idea, you come to the restaurant and you see a small miniature-sized chair on the table. You ask questions, what's a chair for? And then we can represent the community by each chair as a different name of each community in St. Lucia. So what we're trying to do really as an independent restaurant is to really give people a sense of welcome to St. Lucia. You are here for an experience. Unfortunately for us, as during the past history, we have sold the Caribbean a sea and sand experience. Come for some sun, come for some sea. You know, you're going to get, you know, and the food was not really represented, the cuisine never really represented that. So my mission is basically, as Kirk called me an icon, which I don't, kind of like, someone told me I should own it, but I like to think I'm a chef on a mission. The mission is simple. The best cuisine in the Caribbean should be Caribbean. You know, you don't come to the Caribbean to get the best food from New York or best food from London. You come for the Caribbean experience. But it also taught with how we teach our staff, how we communicate, how we share with each other. Some of the biggest complaints that I have, we keep having our young staff to give 5-star standard to customers, but our staff have never received that standard. Our staff have never gone to a hotel and even got that standard for themselves. So now we want to train them to deliver service, but themselves have never received service. So another part of my protocol at my restaurant is to make sure I take all my staff out to a high-end restaurant and give them the service so they can receive it, so they know how to deliver it, and the expectation level is there, you know?
Wow, chef.
That means, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
So that being said, I mean, obviously, I really commend this opportunity to share. I look forward for us to keep contributing and, of course, delivering the experience of the Caribbean, the experience of St. Lucia. And I'm hoping people will listen to this around the world or around the region can appreciate what we have as value and obviously take it in full heart. And of course, look at our ways to make sure that we are more get to sustainability, get to taking care of, you know, buying local, supporting local, and of course our sustainability of preparing our local ingredients. And with that said, I mean, as a chef, I can always say to you that I don't want to blow my own trumpet. I'm just a chef on a mission, but I'm open that persons will appreciate what we do. At the restaurant, there is no menu. When you come to the restaurant, we will give you, they tell you the price, and then we cook for you what's available. So, on that note, that's from Orlando's Restaurants, Sufria, and I'm Chef Orlando.
Thanks, Chef. And I just, there's something that I want to pick up on that you mentioned. And thanks for that great introduction and also sharing who exactly Chef Orlando is. I am going to note the fact, in fact, I'm noting the fact of your modesty, because just for the listening public and the viewing public, I mean, Chef Orlando, very often we can't keep track of him. Where in the world is he guest chefing at right now? Is it Singapore? Is it Dubai? Is it picking up an award somewhere in London? Or is it next door in Barbados or across in Martinique? I mean, that is chef for you. And chef, something you said that really stood out was this whole idea of when we speak experience, visitor experience, you speaking to letting your staff have that experience of service, of excellence. And really, it's by them having had that experience that they are now able to genuinely uh, give it to clients. So
Yes,
I
that's
just
correct.
wanted, right, I just wanted to touch on that because it really stood out for me and it so epitomizes what you do.
Yeah, thanks,
Um,
Kirk. Yeah,
yeah,
that's critically important. Yeah.
yeah, you're welcome, Chef. Now, I'm going to invite my other good friend, John Matre of Serenity Vacations. And before introducing John, I really must apologize on his behalf because we did a test run and discovered that for some reason his camera just wasn't cameraing. Okay, fine. I know that's a word that I made up, but you get the idea. So as a consequence, John did what he considered to be the very next best thing, which was to share an iconic image of St. Lucia. And that's what we've got on the screen. But for future presentations, you will get the opportunity to see John. And even more importantly, when you do visit St. Lucia, you will absolutely have the opportunity to meet John and to meet myself and Chef as well. I want to take this moment to just welcome Lark, who has come in. Thanks for joining in. The replay will be made available, so don't worry about what you miss. So far, we've had Chef Orlando come on and introduce himself and share a little bit about what he does, what qualifies him to be part of this program. And now we're just about to step in and have John Matre come on and share the same. So with that said, John, I am going to invite you to come on in. I know that you have some stuff that you want to share, and I'm not sure if you're going to do it now, that you have it queued up now, or if you're going to do it a little bit later. But what I will do is I will just stop my screen share so that you have hosting privileges, and then that gives you the ability to share as you choose. So with that said, John, all yours.
Thank you very kindly, Kirk, and very good evening to all. Very good evening to you, Lark. I just want to thank you for the opportunity to participate in the series of webinar. I hold no major qualification that qualified me to speak on behalf of the destination, but I do know one thing. I hold an undying love for St. Lucia. I hold 38 years of experience in the travel industry, in the travel and tourism industry. I started straight from college into the hotel sector. I started as a receptionist and worked my way up to management and into entrepreneurship. Today, myself and my wife and my family, we are proud owners of Serenity Vacations and Tours, an award-winning destination management company in St. Lucia. Not wanting to further blow the trumpet, Cook, I want to thank you very kindly for covering up for me. Perhaps being an enigma this afternoon is perhaps the best way to start off this discovery, the journey of discovery. It is also enigmatic of St. Lucia, because while St. Lucia is one of the most well-known destinations in the Caribbean, it yet remains one of the most secretive with so many hidden treasures. And our aim is to share these hidden treasures of St. Lucia. I'll just briefly share my screen Kirk, and just to give a briefing of what's about to happen. Over the next couple of weeks, over the next couple of months, we hope to take St. Lucians, we hope to take our viewers into the inner parts of St. Lucia, a destination that remains an enigma, a destination that has so much to offer. As I traverse the length and breadth of St. Lucia, I remain perplexed at the level of beauty, both the physical geographic beauty of St. Lucia and the cultural richness and beauty that is exuded in the communities. You see a rich display of fervency in the communities that is not told. The story is not told in our beaches and in our hotel rooms. But if you just dig a little bit below the surface, you see a destination that is very difficult to explain to people, yet a whole lot harder to forget. So just to give you a little tidbit of it, just a short video that will explain to you, and then we'll come back. I will come back to share a little more with you. Cook, I hope you can see my screen.
Not seeing it as yet.
Okay, I didn't share it then.
So remember the share icon down at the bottom?
Yes, okay. So I think you're seeing it now, right?
Not yet.
I'm sorry. I thought I had this all covered. It's the share icon at the bottom.
Remember to hit the enable sound.
Enable some share sound. Yes, that's
Yeah, so
enabled.
share sound and then I think you might have to hit OK.
That's done. And then share.
Yeah,
Nothing showing?
not as yet.
Okay, my deepest apologies. But let me not take more time. This will come in a couple of minutes. But with so much to share with the diversity of the destination, I think within the next few coming episodes, we are going to mesmerize the traveling community, and you'll see more and more people interested in Destination St. Lucia. We have a rich culture that is unexplored. We have a rich geography that is yet to be explored. St. Lucians traveling the length and breadth of their own destination have no clue these hidden gems exist. And so we are hoping to present those frequent opportunities to explore St. Lucia in the coming episodes. So thank you very kindly. As Serenity Vacations and Tours, its partners, myself, my family, Orlando, and Kirk, we come in to inspire you. We're coming to share St. Lucia with you and hope that you live with something that is memorable. Thank you very kindly, Kirk.
My pleasure, John, and thanks for sharing. And I hope that Lark has already gotten some insights out of just what you have shared here. And as we go on, Lark, I will invite you to share thoughts. If you have any questions, comments, etc., please, I would love for you to bring those up, because these sessions are really all about being in service of persons like yourself. So just wanted to share that. Okay, so I'm going to jump in now and just speak a little bit to who I am and what has brought us here. My name is Kirk. I have been in tourism. Gosh, you guys are making me feel like the baby of the bunch, right? Because I have been in tourism now for, let me see, I came back home and started out in 91. So 2001 to now, that's like 34 years. Gosh, it doesn't seem like so long, but over the years, so much has changed. When I came back home and got into tourism, we were really nascently into it, having come out of bananas being the mainstay of the economy. And so much has grown and so much has changed since then, both in terms of the face of the world and the way we conduct business. The internet was not a thing back then. And over the years, as the internet has come to bear, it has really, really had a huge impact on tourism and the tourism product that we offer. So, as an example, I can think in the past, the magazines that went into the hotel rooms, the Time Out magazine, that showed pictures of various points of interest. The tour companies, the tour reps, as we would refer to them, who were the ones that went out to the hotels and sat with guests and arranged engagements, etc. for them. Oh, John, your screen has now come up. So I guess what we'll do is just save that until the next round, and then you can share that because it already looks interesting. Right, so we had that then, and now what I've found coming into this new era, the advent of increased internet presence and awareness and social media, suddenly folks are coming out and they're shooting imagery and pictures, etc., and sharing it. And suddenly, visitors now have a wealth of information and awareness before even coming to St. Lucia. And what I have been finding in recent times is that there has been a greater desire to experience the destination. I also find that visitors are now, or travelers are now taking a number of vacations during the course of the year, 2, 3, sometimes even more than that. And as a consequence, I can think of one guest who said to me, look, we vacation 4 times a year, myself and my family. And every place could be equally interchangeable. So I want you to take me into the heart and soul of St. Lucia. I want to touch it. I want to feel it. I want to taste it. I can think of another client. Oh my God. And my heart goes out to the folks in California at this point in time. And this comes to mind because this is a client who has property in Beverly Hills. I mean, has uber amount of money. I mean, money is not an issue at all. And him saying to me, Kirk, I want to go out. I want to drive through the countryside. I want to get a feel for the people. I want to get coconut water straight from a coconut and fresh local juice for my girlfriend. And I'm thinking to myself, this is a client who bought a property in Beverly Hills and bought every adjoining property surrounding his property so that there would be a distance from him. He would have his own space. And it amazed me what he was speaking towards, that coming in and having the experience. So just wanted to share that is some of what I am seeing from an experiential standpoint. And it is for that reason that I thought to bring this session to bear after speaking with Chef Orlando and John Matre, because we all approach tourism from that standpoint, really introducing visitors to what we like to call iconic St. Lucia, authentic St. Lucia. Oh, and I must really pause and say that I really got ahead of myself because I went straight. I guess I get so excited about the visitor engagement that I didn't share more on me. So my background is really photography. I think that by and large, I'm considered the preeminent photographer on St. Lucia. I am probably the best known photographer on the island. And just really because I'm always involved in public engagement, I do quite a bit of stuff with the schools, supporting the next generation. I go out and represent tourism, the tourism of St. Lucia, speaking to matters like sustainable tourism, etc. So those are just some of the things that I bring to the table. And it is what, in conjunction with John and Chef, really situates us to bring to the traveling public that aspect of authentic St. Lucia. So that's just my little introduction there. And there we've had it from the three of us. And what I'd like to do now is I'm going to take a moment. And Lark, you've probably realized that you are the only one on this session. Now, I really see that as a beautiful thing because I like to say that big mango trees grow from little mango seeds. I think that in your neck of the woods, maybe it is said that oak trees grow from, is it from acorns they grow?
She's in St. Lucia, no?
Oh, okay. Lark is in St. Lucia.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
She's one of my people.
Okay, nice. So let me just sort of open the floor up to you, Lark, and get a little bit of feedback from you. And this is just all open, friendly, lively. This is us engaging, but really love to get the thoughts and feedback. So all yours.
Well, first of all, thank you so much. I wasn't really prepared to speak. I came with both ears wide open. I'm a firm believer of two ears, one mouth. But here we are today. I am put on the spot. So I will just briefly introduce myself, Lark. I'm relatively new to the tourist offering services, to the supporting, visiting, and visitors to our shores and offering them experiences. So I am very much in the infancy stage. However, some of the things I'd love to see people enjoy more of are our food and our sites, and to just enjoy the natural ambiances that we have to offer. And so I would propose doing that through taste and working with Chef Orlando here, but also having people accommodated and offering healing services to them when they're here. So I'm about that kind of holistic body experience, offering them spa and therapy, talk therapy. I am a trained coach, but also offering them good, clean food and amazing experiences and personalized concierge services while they're here. So I'm, happy to be here today. I love what John was saying. I was able to see his screen. I'm waiting to see what follows. Excited about that. And Kirk, I'm happy to meet you. And Chef, thank you for the invitation to join you today. With that, I yield.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lark. And you know, it's always so delightful meeting someone else who is selling the St. Lucia experience. And one of the things that I often will say to colleagues is that I like to think of our business of tourism like a mall. And while we can do it individually on our own, I think of doing it individually as being synonymous to setting up shop somewhere out there. But if we all set up shop within a mall, it really brings more business to all of us, because there then becomes that focal point, that strength in numbers. And I also like to say to folks that there is more business in the whole world than St. Lucia could service. So that I don't think, regardless of whatever line of business we're in, I don't see any competition, because once one carves out your unique selling proposition, the uniqueness of who you are and what you deliver, then there are more people in the world who will be happy to have that experience than we could actually provide. So just wanted to share that bit. I know that
Okay,
John
go
is trying to come back in.
Sure.
So John, let me invite you in, because I think it looks like you got your screen share going and that video going. Maybe it was taking a moment to load. So let me just hand back over to you, John.
Yes, can you see my screen now?
Seeing it, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Folks, beyond cracks and crevices, there are cracks and crevices that are available all over St. Lucia. that are yet to be seen by anyone. There are situations, there are geographic situations that are unheard of. I have spent literally days in crevices of St. Lucia when I need a cathartic experience. There are natural pools in St. Lucia that you can take your family to and literally enjoy the natural wonders with its cretons and creatures. There are geographic locations in St. Lucia that 99.9% of St. Lucians have never been to. It remains unadulterated, yet many of us are able to access these environments and keep them as pristine as we found them. When you talk about sustainable living, we do not need an international agency to teach us how to live sustainably, for we enjoy the geography of St. Lucia, and we have been taught by our foreparents how to leave it without a carbon footprint. This is what we wish to share, or I wish to share with our visiting public. The art of enjoying the geography of St. Lucia without touching it or leaving a carbon footprint. You can take your images with you, but you will leave the destination perhaps even better than you find it. And it is that level of community spirit of vacationing is what I hope to bring to you as we aim to discover St. Lucia. We will share those hidden gems. As I said in the beginning, these are environments that are very hard to describe to you, but once you experience it is equally very difficult to forget. And so I've touched on the geography. What you see is perhaps what you know. Just imagine the incognitos that are waiting available to be discovered by our visiting public. And imagine this, I guarantee you, we have been able to formulate the enjoyment of these geographic spots in such a manner that everyone who goes there would believe that they're the first and only one to have gone there, and it's a new discovery for them. And that is what we aim to do. In the next video, when I am asked to speak again, I will touch on our home cuisine, and then I will touch about the communities thereafter, the communities of St. Lucia. We will go to the coast of St. Lucia that is not yet touristy, and we hope it remains that way for a long time to come. But what you're going to get is the essence of our community, moving from the geography that I'm just speaking about into the cultural community of St. Lucia, the cultural geography of St. Lucia. You will see ways and means by which people solve their problem without needing psychologists, sociologists, or any one of those conventional professions that aim to help you in your situations, because we have a family and a community environment that helps you deal with that. So when I come back in the next piece of episode is to share a little bit of that with you. And I hope in the next coming episode, we go deeper into it. Thank you kindly, Kirk.
Okay, John, my pleasure. And thanks for sharing that. Wow. For multiple moments in your presentation, I had to take a pause and go, hang on a second, where is that? And through my photography and taking folks out on my private photo experiences, we have been to quite a number of places. And it just lends testimony to what you just said, John. The whole idea that there is so much untouched, unspoiled, by and large undiscovered that exists in St. Lucia. And I think that this really bodes extremely well for the visitor who is interested in unique experiences, the visitor who is not interested in the cookie cutter indulgences, I'm going to say, that exist out there. Experiences, maybe I can call them as well. But one of the things that we quite often hear related to St. Lucia, especially for returning guests, returning visitors, is this whole idea of what else is there to do? You know, there are the tried and tested experiences, but so many persons are saying, I want more. Yeah, that's what I see everyone doing, but I don't want to be part of 500 people all together at one particular location. Can we go at a different time? So, John, I love what you've brought forward. I look forward to what we will continue to share, how we will bring the story together, how it will unfold as well. I also want to share with the viewing public that I'm going to invite you to check the links below, down in the description section of this video, because the videos will get posted out to YouTube and posted to the various portals that we all subscribe to. And in there will be contacts for Chef Orlando, for John Matre, for Serenity Vacations, and also for St. Lucia Photo Tours / St. Lucia by Kirk. I actually go by both of those. It's St. Lucia by Kirk on my Instagram, St. Lucia Photo Tours on my .com when we looking directly at a URL. And the whole idea for us behind this series is really introducing visitors to that whole other possibility. Let me pause right now and just invite any other feedback. Chef, yourself, Lark, welcoming you to come back in. And I'm going to say, just as we're looking to wrap up this first of the sessions, again, and just keeping it open because it's so few of us on today. So let me start. I'll probably start. Let me go with ladies first, and then Chef, I'll bring you in afterwards. So, Lark, any other thing that you want to comment on, or are you good at this point in time?
No, I'm pretty much good. I just want to thank John for sharing that video. I have done a bit of sightseeing and traveling through St. Lucia, so it was nice to just get it from that dimension, but also go like, ooh, there are more places clearly that I need to visit. So I'm really excited about that. So, I'm looking forward to where it sounds like this is episode 1 and we're starting something new here. It's a great opportunity to start bringing more and more voices together, thoughts together, and developing more strategies going forward with how do we exactly do that, lift more and more businesses with all of this.
I think we have to add you to our list, Lark. I think we have to add you to our list. I mean, add a look at women's continuity into the group.
I'm happy to volunteer.
Yeah.
All good. Yeah, Chef, you were about.
Yeah, I was, I mean, why, when I see what John's done, I must say it's a well put together idea. I think we need to become problem solvers, though, equally, amongst ourselves, because, I look around, let's take souffle. One thing I did notice is John's presentation, a lot of piton. So which is kind of me saying a lot of piton, because clearly we have the icon of St. Lucia is souffle. But in saying that, I mean, it's really put together a concept of what's possible in St. Lucia and things which you can discover. I think there is a lot of unseen stuff here in St. Lucia where we have not really touched upon. The way I want to look at it from the cuisine point of view and the food point of view is that I want people to discover ingredients which they have not seen before. While I think the way John food is a very traditional, I'm trying to relate it to people. So if they went back home, can they take that idea with them? You know what I mean? So even if, let's say, for instance, they come and discover breadfruit here, what's the closest thing to breadfruit they're going to find in North America? Maybe sweet potato. You know what I'm saying? And what they can do with sweet potato. Or if they're going to come and say, oh, you know what, we found golden apple here in St. Lucia, but I want a familiar idea back home. Well, maybe we can say to you, you take your local apple mixed with ginger, and then you get, so, you know what I mean? I mean, it's not going to be the same. But the point is actually, our tourists, they come and they leave. And what we want to do is give them an experience they can take back with them. And if they don't come back to the Caribbean, they can at least duplicate something which represents where they were, So that's where I talk about the experience, because the experience is the journey that you come on, but the journey that you take with you when you leave. You see? That is what I call the experience. It has to be memorable enough. I'll get a quick joke to you. So when I worked at the Hotel Ladera, people was coming, oh, Chef Orlando. So I was in Florida. I was in Florida a couple of years ago, and a guy called me and goes, Orlando. I'm looking around, who knows me here in Aventura Mall? So, and then he goes, Chef. And then he comes up to me in Claudia and he said, oh, How you doing, man? We love your cuisine at Ladera. It's amazing. So much so, we call the child Ladera. You imagine? So, I mean, we call the child Ladera, and now the child Ladera. Last week, the lady came to the restaurant with her child and introduced me to Ladera. The child is 16 years old now.
Wow.
So again, those are the experiences you take with you. While you're here discovering the heart of St. Lucia, the beauty of St. Lucia, you have to contribute enough memorable idea that they want to duplicate it, they want to remember it so much that they buy into it, you know what I mean? So that's what I see the experience has to be about. I mean, it has to be something which is worth taking with you, whether you take it in your memory, whether you take it in a concept, or reproduce it when you go home. That's what you call that defines the experience, you know. Anyway, that's what I'm gonna say. You know?
Chef, absolutely love that story. And just listening to what you said, it brings this to mind. Look at the impact that you had on a visitor. Something that I've toyed around with, and I think it's something that we could actually bring to the table in these presentations. It's that when folks have an engagement with any one of us, and I'm getting that sense about Lark as well. So it's interesting, Chef, that you said, hey, it's really lovely to have a woman's touch. And it's such a different perspective and dynamic that it brings to the table. When visitors have an experience with us, that experience, that engagement with us leaves an indelible mark on them. How do we encourage them to now invite others to come have the same experience? And I have this simple idea that if everyone who engages with us causes two other people to come engage with us, come discover St. Lucia, come discover a Chef Orlando's, a Serenity Vacations, Lark Services, Kirk Elliott's Photography, Kirk Elliott's Private Island Experiences. Invite two more people. If that happens, or rather when that happens, we will have mind-boggling exponential growth, because then it's a fountain that could never run dry, because it just creates a multiplier effect. So coming back to the point that you raised earlier on, and that Locke also picked up on, it's our good friend John Matre who often says, let's not curse the darkness, but instead let us light a candle. And I think that in what we're doing here, just out of who we are, that space in our hearts, that what we're doing here is really lighting a candle. And again, I come back to the whole idea that that big mango tree grows from a little mango seed. This is the little mango seed that we are planting. But because we're planting it with such pureness of heart, such love, such iriness, such, Chef, like you like to say, such sharing of the love.
Do
Because,
you know what share the love means?
go on.
It means St. Lucia, STL.
Wow.
There you
So,
go.
right. So it is these kinds of engagements. And so we started this out speaking to experiential St. Lucia. I am already getting the sense that we are going to be bringing a whole new dimension of experiencing St. Lucia. And this mango tree will flourish. And I think that mango so epitomizes the Caribbean. Big, round, juicy, ripe, the juice dripping down our lips and down our hands. And oh my God, what an experience.
Well, I'll add one more touch to you. We must define that mango doesn't grow overnight. So as we're growing, we can pick later.
Absolutely. So
John?
as we look to wrap this up, let me just invite John in again. and I will just very quickly run round for closing words from everyone, and then we will look to call aheads on this. And I think that we would have done good because we're just now getting to the top of the hour. So, John, handing back over to you for some parting words, some parting insights. I see that you've got another video that you want to share. Oh my God, John, you are just so spoiling us. All yours, my
Yes,
brother.
Kirky. Yes, Kirky. You see, the fire in me is to be able to share just a tidbit of what is to come. And I would really like to spend this very first episode just showing just a tidbit of what is to come. In this one, while I have shown you the volcano and the pitons and all the things that you're familiar with, there are sites and geographies and people on the island that are just waiting to share the experiences with you. And this one is just another one of them. Can you see my screen?
It's coming up. Yeah, there it is.
Okay.
Beautiful, John. Very nice.
So this is just a snippet. I think I didn't do justice to exactly what the experience is. I want to tell you, I can't wait to take yourself cook, yourself chef, and yourself lack to those communities because I have not touched what's there. When I go to those communities, I just cannot leave. You go there and you say you're going to spend 3 hours, and next thing you know, it's getting dark and you're still speaking with the locals. Imagine walking into a community that was described as the very poorest in St. Lucia. Now it has a concrete road from beginning to the very end. It has a school, community center, and every single resident in that community is part of an emerging community tourism experience. Everyone has something to say. They live their lives daily, not for tourism, but tourism come to live with them, to experience them. Just imagine on a coast of St. Lucia that is uninhabited by tourism, you can go there. This is not kayaking on the bay. You go and you relive the experience of the Amerindians where you kayak, catch your fish of the day in a modern setting. That is the kind of experience that is very hard to describe, but so much harder to forget. And so I am looking forward to the other episodes where I can take you guys into those environments and come back and exude that experience to the general public. And I think this is what's going to enable us to sell to the traveling public what is iconic about St. Lucia. And it's only then we would have truly discovered St. Lucia. Thanks so much for this episode, Kirk. And I hope I didn't bore you with my little pieces here.
Gosh, John, if that is boredom, I don't even think that we'll be able to handle excitement.
Yeah.
Really, really great. Thanks. Great session. Lovely parting words that you have shared, John. I'm going to invite Chef, parting words from you, and then I'm going to take on Lark, and then I will just look to close it out.
Well, I think what John delivers there is another experience of St. Lucia, you know, and I think that is really the credits to what's possible. I would like to think on this group, though, maybe at the end of each session, we may look to come up with a parting solution or a connection. You know, we can say, you know, at the end of the session, here is a link. Here's what we're going to do. You know what I mean? That kind of way. So it becomes end of an hour of the discussion, and then we as a group give you a solution link, which you can say, okay, you know, here's a link, or let's pull ourselves together and we're going to go and plan a day, as John said, plan a day to go and do something. So the next time we do the next session, we've experienced to have a conversation about. You know what I'm saying? I would, I remember an experience I did once where I did food. I bought a cooker, I bought a plate, I bought everything, and cooked up the top of a mountain for somebody. You know what I mean, as an idea, saying for a couple. So, or taking again a cooker and some food preparation, and with the tech pole, and cooking top of a tech pole, and with a view, with a nice table and chair up there. I'll probably share those photographs with you as part of the experience. But so in parting words, I commend you on this first episode. I hope people who listen to it can appreciate what we're trying to do as independent entrepreneurs coming together to understand the value of what St. Lucia can be and understand tourism from a level of unification and community driven. You know what I'm saying? I think it's great, as what John says, great that the tourism, our local community now understand the value of not being tourism, but they're contributing to tourism. You know what I mean? I'm saying that's the way forward. I'm not a big fan that we become so tourism driven. I would like us to be a product that whether we can share what we have, but we're not so reliant on tourism. That's where we unfortunately we're there already. But the point being, we have to share our heart experiences, and hopefully financial gain will come from that position. Anyway, again, I want to thank you so much, for this opportunity to share, and I look forward to our next presentation. And stay the course, share the love.
Thanks a lot, Chef. Lark, all yours. You're still muted, Lark.
Chef, thank you for the STL. I now understand that acronym so much more different.
Very good. There you go.
Take it with me always. And John and Kirk, it was just such a pleasure meeting you both today. I look forward to where this goes. Valuable information was shared, insights were shared. I mean, I'm just that much more excited about all that I'm embarking on. And Chef, I love the whole bringing the marketability into it so that people can leave with links and with intents and how to move forward and actually engage with us and with services that we offer, and by extension what else goes on in St. Lucia. Valuable. So I wish everyone all the best in businesses, and I look forward to sharing more about what it is I'm doing. Nothing is quite branded concretely as yet, so very premature to share anything, but more to come. It was a pleasure being here. Thank you. I yield the mic.
Okay, thanks so much, Lark. And just in wrapping up, I want to thank everyone who has been on today, and also want to welcome folks who will see this at a future date. This is just a little experiment that we had that we've been toying around with. And, I really like to take the position of ready, fire, aim. The truth is there's never a right time, except for now. So here's saying, on behalf of all of us who are on, Kirk out until the next episode of Discover St. Lucia. Thank you.
Thank you. Nice to meet
Thank
you,
you,
Lark.
Kirk.
Blessings
Thank you,
to
guys.
all.